Hello guys, welcome to Clutch Trick Gaming. Today I've finally got my Yeti Blue microphone set up to the point that I can actually start adding a little bit of commentary to my videos, and I just want to take this opportunity now that the channel is very young and I'm just now starting to get some things put together to take just a little bit of time and kind of share with you kind of what I've got going and how I got here and what the plan is. So my name is Brian, to start with, and I've spent most of my career in the automotive industry. I went to a four-year college, and then after that went on to go to a trade school, Wyoming Technical Institute, to do street rod work. And back then I kind of wanted to be like the next Boyd Coddington or somebody building really nice high-end show cars, and left there, went to work in some just basic like hot rod shops, restoration shops. Spent a little bit of time at a body shop for big heavy trucks, and after a few years I wound up working selling mail order speed parts at a place called Honest Charlie Speed Shop, which is a sister company of Coker Tire that makes like your white wall tires, and really got during that time period into some of the really old vintage stuff, your Model A's and 32s, hot rods from the teens and the 20s and the 30s, and also did a lot of like custom chopper bicycle builds back in that time frame, just for fun at home. After doing that for a couple of years, I went on to help a couple of friends of mine that were starting up a speed shop called DBR High Performance near Nashville, Tennessee. And I went to work with them for about 6 years. I kind of handled the sales end of things there, talking with customers, helping to arrange selling them, speed performance parts, a lot of superchargers, turbo kits, and then working with the guys to help get those builds taken care of. So I've pretty much always been a car guy. In fact, I can remember the moment that I became a car guy. I don't remember how old I was, but I remember sitting in my parents' living room floor back in the day when you only had like 3 channels that came on TV on the old antenna. And I remember Cannonball Run was coming on. What was that car park back there in the weeds? Cannonball Run was coming on, and it was the scene where the Countach is running from the cops, and my mother, oh, it's some stupid challenge thing, and my mother mentioned that she wanted a black Lamborghini like that she really liked it. And so that kind of piqued my interest, and I just remember that as being like the time when I first was like, oh, I want one of those cars too. But I don't know how old I was. I know I was definitely not old enough to drive yet. So it kind of became like a love affair with Lamborghinis and Italian cars. And so I studied those all through elementary school, and that's kind of what started out my passion for cars in the auto industry. So fast forward several years, I have, after I'd spent some time there at DBR, I started realizing I really would like to do something on YouTube, but I had no idea what I wanted to do. I just knew I really liked YouTube. I really liked the creativity aspect of it. I enjoy making things. I enjoy making people laugh. I enjoy entertaining people, but I also enjoy teaching, and I enjoy talking about things that I learn and sharing it with people. So I kind of set off on a mission to just somehow get involved in YouTube. I didn't really have a direction yet, and at that time, this was about 3 years ago, I started doing some research into what I could do, and ran across, that was a close call back there, ran across RC Sparks, which is a guy that does basically just radio control cars, trucks, boats, planes, whatever, and I thought, this is something I could do. You had a pretty successful channel, just doing RC cars and stuff. So that wasn't something that I was like really deeply involved in at the time, but I knew it was something that I had experience. I used to play with RC cars and build them years ago, and I thought this is something I can do where I can have fun and I can also learn YouTube in a sense. So I started a channel, and it's called RC Wilderness. I still work with it. It's more just a kind of a hobby. I try to do one video a week with it, but with the heavy workload that I have right now and such, a lot of times I don't even get to do that. So the channel is really not growing like it should. But it's still there. It's still fun. I still plan on working with it. So after doing the RC Wilderness for a couple of years, I was looking for, the next thing. What's the channel that I'm going to make where I can roll pretty much all of my interests into one, in a sense, and use my experience in the auto industry and some of the friends and connections I've made there over the years, and also something that's fun and not just like a car vlog or something. I really don't have the resources or time to get into that. And so as I'm struggling with this notion for months, just thinking, I can't do this. I can't really piece this together in a way that makes sense and works. So as I'm struggling to think about that, one day I come in and one of my kids is watching someone on YouTube, and they're just playing, I think, spin tires. They've got this big gnarly truck in the mud, and they're just playing and talking, and I thought, hey, that's something I could do. And so then I started to think, what if I did a gaming channel that was just strictly focused on cars, just a car gaming channel, and not really get into the other stuff. I play some. I play Halo and such, but I don't really get into gaming a whole lot, especially with the job like I have now, where I can work anywhere from 50, 60, or 70 hours a week. You don't really get much time to come home and do anything like gaming. So what do we want to do here? I think the crowd wants to see clean racing. I can do that. So I began to research, what I could do as far as that goes, as far as an automotive gaming YouTube channel. And that's where the idea came from, to set up this channel and to take what I've already learned through RC Wilderness about how to run a channel, how to edit videos and such, and make this channel. So then I kind of had to set out on, what am I going to do? What am I going to name it? What games will I be using? And what's the end goal? What else can I do besides just playing games? So when it came to naming the channel, Clutch Trick was not just something that was off the cuff. It's actually something from in my life when I was a teenager back in the 90s, when we used to do a lot of stoplight racing, street racing, cruising, playing around. The term Clutch Trick was something that me and my friends there came to use, and it was basically when you're in a car. At that time I drove a 1990 Mustang Coupe Fox body, and it was pretty much stock, just a couple bolt-ons, but mostly just a stock car. The power band, or where it really started to make its power, was around 2,500 RPMs, and I learned if I was in, say, second gear, I could just put it to the floor with it bogged, and as it started to get to about 2,500 RPMs, I would push the clutch in with my foot still on the throttle, let it just twist up to 5,000 RPMs or so, and then dump the clutch again. And it was just basically a quick blip that kind of helped you to maximize that point right there at the RPM range. and so we just came to call it the clutch trick. And for that little car, it allowed you to run around 35 miles an hour or so, and then turn sideways and spin the tires for a bit. So it's fun. So it's something that I've used. Clutch trick was a term I've used for years, goofing off, playing around. It's just always kind of been a hot rodders or car guys term that, at least with my friends and the people I was with. So that's where the name came from. But you don't just start a gaming channel for free. You don't just start it easy. There's actually quite a bit of work to go into it, and especially when you're a 40-year-old father of 3 who works a full-time job. You don't just, hey, let's just all of a sudden post a video. I did not own a console other than an Xbox 360, which was kind of like the family console, and that was not something I was going to be able to use for the long haul here. So I don't want to go there. So I had to do some research, and I wound up buying pretty quickly an Xbox One S, the 2 terabyte version, which gave me the option to, for one, just have it for a while and not have to upgrade or do anything with the additional memory. But then it's something I was familiar with. Being familiar with the Xbox 360, I didn't really want to get into the PC gaming world. So I did that, and then I had to immediately start learning about video capture. You can game all you want, but you can't just put it on people's phones and televisions and PCs that are people on the other side of the world unless you learn how to do the game capture and have a device for it. So then I set about researching game capture. And that's when I learned about Elgato. I see some other people using Elgato for their channels, and I bought an Elgato HD60S, which I'm still learning the software for it. Also, it seems to be a little bit cantankerous, difficult. I don't know. I don't want to knock the product at all yet, but into the version I'm using of the software is in beta mode, so it can come from Slack there. But it's been a little bit of a trial and error with it. So I buy these things, and then I'm looking at the fact that I just spent close to $600 there, and I've still got a family to feed. So what do? Well, at the time I had a big Suburban that was lifted on 35s, just a big ratty, faded out, rusted out Suburban that was fun to play with, but not really of any value. And I sold it, and I also had a handgun that I kind of stopped using for a bit. So I sold those 2 things, and with those I was able to get together about $1,000 and use that money to go out into my garage. And if you look at the Clutch Trick Facebook page, you'll see pictures where I have built a room in my garage that's just dedicated for this channel and what I'm doing with this channel here. So I had to buy lumber, I had to buy screws, had to buy, I've got a desk in here now, a little bit of furniture, not much. Had to buy a television, the mic, which I'm just now using. This is the first time I'm using it in a video. And so just, everything else that is required for a gaming channel came into play with that $1,000. And actually, it was more than that $1,000. But that was, that's what kind of got me all the stuff I needed. And then ever since then, it's just been sitting down and just working. The time it takes to set up these things, to set up a new channel, to come up with your artwork, come up with your logos. I'm not really into social media a whole lot yet. I do have, like I said, the Facebook page. I have Twitter, and I have some other things set up for my other account, my other channel, but not for Clutch Trick yet. I don't really plan on setting it up for a little while until I can kind of get things rolling. So after getting the room set up and fleshed out, I get the new console in, I get the television set up. I'm using a television to play with and then recording on my PC. I get the Elgato set up and I record 3 videos. No, it was 3 videos with the Elgato. 5 videos total. I did 2 unboxings and then 3 gameplay videos. And all of a sudden my videos just are totally screwed up and nothing's working right. So I had had my local PC person come out to help me, and we basically determined that the PC I was using, the processor and video card, were not capable of handling the Elgato. So
You have a bucket list challenge to complete.
I don't want to do your bucket list
Would
challenge.
you like me to set a route there for you?
No, leave me alone. I'm talking. So then that set me back like another 2 weeks on actually getting some videos published. And I had to order a whole new PC, which, you know, means new software, new this, new that, my photo editing software, my video software. It was all old stuff, and so I had to fight with it, getting things compatible. And basically what you're seeing right now is at the end of a very long day of trying to get this new Yeti Blue microphone dialed in, and also I've been struggling still with the Elgato software. I think I've got things figured out now as far as having it set up. I was having some major issues with video quality. It looked like I was playing like a racing game on Minecraft or something. And basically determined that I was live streaming to Twitch while I was filming, and if I don't live stream to Twitch, my video quality is significantly better. So that's how I got to this right here. And so yeah, this is the end of a long day of just trial and error and fighting with different little issues. Beta softwares, new computers, new microphones. And in all of this, not only is it new things that I've purchased, but it's new things to me. I've never owned a nice microphone. I've never owned video capture equipment, and so the whole thing is all new to me in every aspect. And so that's how I got to where I am right now. And what I see for the future of the channel, that's what keeps me going, really, is just thinking about the future and what I can do, what can be done. I definitely want to roll in my real world automotive experience into the channel, and I would like to see, you know, when we can finally build up a good following here, I would like to start rolling in every once in a while some real car stuff. And I actually just, now I've moved to where I just live less than a mile away from Wyotek and their street rod department, their new performance department that they're setting up. And I've got connections over there with those guys, so, you know, maybe get to talk to some of them, get some of their input, and maybe some interviews. And I know there's going to be people trash talking Wyotek on here, but it was a great school when I went there. It was bought out. Things changed. It turned pretty crummy for a while, and it's been bought out again, and they're in the works trying to rebuild the reputation and rebuild the school that it once was. So I'm still a big fan of Wyotek, regardless of what anybody says. And so yeah, that's something that could definitely add some real world aspects to this channel. Checking out friends' cars, maybe even doing some actual tech type videos, but it would all be based around what people in this channel are interested in, and which is performance, obviously, and good looking cars and fast cars. So that's pretty much it in a nutshell. I hope that the video quality on this video is better than everything else I've done today. I hope that the sound quality works out well, and hope it's not like some of my others that I've been filming today, where I've kind of had a stopped up nose and I'm like sniffing and snorting and coughing and hacking, and also just getting exhausted and tired and just kind of mumbling into the microphone. I hope that this one is better and I can actually publish it. So, who are those guys? Okay, yep. I play online all the time, so it's kind of an adjustment to see Dravatars on here instead of real people. So, all that being said, I'm sure there's more to come. There's definitely more to the story, but you've pretty much heard not the long version, not the short version, but the medium version. And I hope that you like the channel. I hope you like what I'm doing. I'm going to stay true to myself though with it, and I do ask that you subscribe. I ask that you click the like button if you like it, and you know, I encourage people to be honest. If you don't like it, click the dislike button. That's fine. Just maybe give me some creative, or not creative, but some insightful input, if you have any. That would be. And also, feel free to friend me on Xbox Live, whatever it's called. My gamer tag on there is Clutch Trick. Nice and easy there, so everybody can do it. And yeah, that's pretty much it. What's up with this little spot here? Yeah. Okay, guys, thanks for listening. And like I say, subscribe, hit the like button, and come back for more. Thanks. Bye.